Sky's the limit, baby.
BoxingVoice.com.
We don't fight for rings and stuff like that. I don't fear anyone.
En este deporte no se viene a jugar y no le tengo miedo a nadie.
We don't come to play in this sport. I fear no one in this sport.
Does that mean that you will fight Triple G later this year?
Como lo dije en la pelea pasada, ahorita mismo me vuelvo a poner los guantes.
As I said in the last fight, right now I'll put on the gloves again.
¡Viva México!
Canelo wants to unify all the titles.
When did you realize, Andy, that you could take his power?
Because of the Mexican warrior that I am, I got that Mexican blood in me. So, talking about the Mexican style, I just proved it.
BoxingVoice.com.
Ain't no other sight in the game can see the boxing voice.
Good morning, TBV, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. I am your host, Nestor Gibbs, and we are back to discuss some more boxing. Glad to be back from Mexico. We will be doing a full review on the WBC convention, the 57th annual convention, and getting into all that at a later time, waiting for some of the co-hosts to be up. But I wanted to get ahead and just jump on top of some of these headlines out here and get some shows out to you. Obviously, on Wednesday, we'll be in Las Vegas doing the show live from Vegas, covering Kovalev Canelo. So remember, if you're in Vegas, come check us out. But we're here to discuss young Gervonta Davis versus Yuriorkis Gamboa. Something that we reported on, a rumor that was rumored, and now it's official. December 28th in Atlanta, Tank's going to be facing a past Crawford foe in Yuriorkis Gamboa. Some will say the biggest name on Crawford to date in terms of accomplishments. Others may say that Gamboa is past his prime. Definitely receiving mixed signals on this one in terms of, how people feel. But based on that PBC podcast, it seems like, this is just an interim fight while they decide whether Tank's going to fight a Leo Santa Cruz or Abner Mares. Now, the interesting thing about this is the 135-pound division. Over the weekend, so much took place. The biggest thing, obviously, Vasyl Lomachenko getting franchise champion and Devin Haney being elevated to full champion. Essentially, one becoming super, the other becoming regular, no different than the WBA. Similar to what Gervonta Tank Davis is going to be facing or fighting for in a vacant title shot on December 28th versus Yuriorkis Gamboa. It'll be a vacant, regular WBA title shot. So now that both men become regular champions, Haney in the WBC and Tank in the WBA, if he could get past Gamboa, I think that's the fight to make. Those guys have so much built-in backstory. Obviously not as documented, I would say, as the Tevin and Tank beef, because those two men cross paths. But Haney has had plenty of choice words for Tank, so I'm interested to see. Are these two going to see each other? Because I'm hearing Haney may be facing Luke Campbell. And, I mean, I know they'll give him credit for it, but, I would rather him face someone else a little more exciting, appealing. But I guess if Haney faces Luke Campbell, it would be a better opponent than Yuriorkis Gamboa in many's eyes, because they think Gamboa is past his prime, and at least Luke Campbell is in the now, but has suffered some losses at the elite level. So it is interesting, though. I'm mostly excited for this Tank fight because it's in Atlanta. It's something that we haven't seen in so long that I'm just like, wow, okay. We heard Bob Arum on an interview with Barbershop say that he was going to try and get both Shakur and Bud in Atlanta. And honestly, with the amount of times that me and Mike had been saying, that fighters or Wilder specifically should go to Atlanta, I was almost heartbroken to hear that it was Bob that was listening and going to take his fighters to Atlanta. But very good and happy to see that PBC are also listening and trying to capitalize on that, Atlanta market, and they will be doing so with the young Tank Davis. December 28th, 2019 in Atlanta, Georgia at the State Farm Arena is the, report. So very interesting to see, man. Very interesting to see, again, the Atlanta move. I think that's what spices this one up. The only downside, it's 3 days after Christmas. I can see that being a bit of a hiccup for people, in terms of having to travel or wanting to travel to this fight and not being able to because of the holidays. We all got to buy our kids stuff and yada, 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 right? So, we'll see how good of a time frame this was, for picking that market. But winters aren't that bad in Atlanta, I guess. You guys rarely get snow, from what I hear. But again, interesting, very interesting. I know that maybe my energy isn't gonna be the same. I know people be like, "Yo, man, come on, this is a shit fight, yada yada yada." But it's a new market, and I'm all about the betterment of the sport. And, you do have to put in a competitive fight in order to get fans, but you also have to put on an entertaining fight. And a guy like Yuriorkis Gamboa, I could see him getting dropped 3 or 4 times before Tank finally puts his lights out. And that's kind of the show you want to make in a new market. Hopefully Tank can, live up to the expectation, because his handlers and promoters, they believe he's a top rising star. Boxing believes he's a top rising star. He just has to get in there with that competition to take him to the next level. I guess this is a step in the right direction, as his biggest name on his resume is Jose Pedraza, who was a former 2-time champion and a common opponent with Vasyl Lomachenko. And, I guess Yuriorkis Gamboa would be a common opponent with Terrence Bud Crawford, right? They're going to be fighting for the WBA Lightweight Title. It'll be live on Showtime Saturday, December 28th from the State Farm Arena. And it's definitely a special year-ending Premier Boxing Champions event for sure, because we didn't expect Atlanta. So now it's going to be promoted by Mayweather Promotions and TGB Promotions. Tickets are not yet on sale, but Tank, let me just check on his Instagram. I seen that he posted tickets go on sale tomorrow, I think. Let me see. Or soon. So he put, tickets will be on sale next week, Atlanta, Georgia. And let me see, I just got a hit here. So, Jeremy Flanagan, former TBV correspondent who lives and works out of the Atlanta, Georgia area, he stays really rooted to that amateur and up-and-coming Atlanta scene. Just informed me that when he interviewed Floyd Mayweather Sr. Not too long ago, Floyd indicated that PBC would be coming to Atlanta and that he's excited. And I'm sure he is, man. I mean, Atlanta hasn't been popping on the boxing scene in a while. I think Evander Holyfield probably was the biggest thing to come out of there. So happy for Atlanta. Because it's December 28th, bro, now that, I don't know. I would have really liked to be there. And maybe we could plan a vacation around it, and then it's like a fight night. I don't know. But holidays are holidays. Like, that's like 3 days off the holidays. That's a little bit difficult for me. I don't know about y'all, but for me, I'm not really too into that December 28th date. I just, look, I'm a little bit of a Scrooge anyway. Like, I don't be doing all that extra gift shit, I'm doing like immediate family gifts, like the tight, double tight circle, I'm grown. I ain't even giving my parents gifts no more. It's like I got my own kids that gives gifts to, you know what I mean? So, and even that way is shit still tight. So I don't know. But again, Atlanta's a new market. It's something new. Maybe I do it just to be part of history. You know what I mean? Boxing's taken me so many places. I don't know that I would, want to miss this per se. But yeah, man. What can I say? Obviously, I think that we've all would have wanted a little bit better of an opponent for Tank. But again, when it's when it's a new market, you gotta kind of understand, maybe. And hopefully Tank can put on that show to garner some attention, and bring boxing back to Atlanta, knockout sell, man, and I think that's why they're bringing in Tank for that one. But the number to call in, man, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 time. Voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. I will be taking some calls. If you guys want to talk, let me know. But I'll be here all day bringing you whatever news I miss while away at the WBC convention. I got a complete idiot in the chat talking about you don't say anything about the WBC on your channel. And it's like, whoa, dude, maybe you need to look through the channel. But anyway, yeah, man, the number to call in, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 time. Voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. Remember, you could add Nestor Gibbs on Skype to be part of the conversation. And yeah, let's go, man. Hit that thumbs up if you're just joining the live stream. Support the channel. Definitely one of the ways to support the channel is by hitting that thumbs up. Also sharing the content with anyone that you may think is a boxing fan. Sharing is definitely one of the ways to put it in front of new boxing fans and things like that. But let's get on out to our sponsors and then get out to the callers.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
All right, man. Let's go out to Zorro in Cali. Talk to me. Georgia, Georgia. Atlanta, that means you're going to the fight.
That's why I called you in. I'm in Savannah, so I'm not but 4 hours away from it. So Christmas time here, it ain't even gonna be that cold. It might be a little cold up in Atlanta, but I believe it's going for PBC to put out a fight like that. It should be a knockout. Should be something to get people to want to come in, and then later down the line, they probably gonna bring Deontay through. So this is a big thing right here. Maybe not the fight that people want, but it's big on the aspect of you bringing boxing to the South, and a lot of people come through Atlanta. Everybody's come through Atlanta. You could be from New York, New Jersey, Georgia, Florida, California, Texas. Everybody come through Atlanta. So this is real big. So if this fight does decent numbers and they start bringing more fights to Atlanta, yeah, those are going to be tight. And yeah, I'm going to go because my kids is old. I got a 16-year-old and one about to be 13. And they going to be off with their mom chilling. I'll go to Atlanta.
So what about...
They going to be 2 hours from Atlanta.
What about the opponent, though? You don't mind the opponent?
not for a fight like that just coming. Like, we don't get no fights in the South, really, unless you go down to Florida and you watch, like, maybe the little 10-round fights down there. But a lot of people not rushing to go there. The reason Atlanta is going to be popping is because you got a lot of people that live in Atlanta, a lot of celebrities live in Atlanta. You're going to have, if Tank come there, Tank ain't coming. Then you got, I think Brona lives in Atlanta. So
Tank lives in Atlanta as well now. Last time I said that on the last show, people like, yo, he from Baltimore. I'm like, bruh, you could be from somewhere and live somewhere else.
Everybody gonna go. Everybody gonna go, and then you got like all of the rappers. They're gonna show out. You got all of these businesses that's gonna be trying, because Atlanta is booming. So a lot of these businesses are gonna be out there. This gonna bring a lot of money to that city. And a lot of surrounding cities, say like me, I'm in Savannah.
Let me ask you a question. How many does the State Farm Arena hold?
I have to look it up. I'm not sure.
But what are you predicting? I mean, that's your city, or not your city, but that's your state. What are you predicting? Does Tank sell out?
I don't know if he sells out, but I'm pretty sure that they're going to try to push it where it looks thick in there. Because when I went to that Hurd fight in Virginia, man, that guy got packed up super quick, and it didn't even look that big of a venue, but it just looks like a whole bunch of people were in there. So if
State Farm
Arena
shows
out like that,
State Farm Arena holds 21,000. But Zorro, let me get to some other callers. Thanks for calling in. We're gonna go out to Brandon in Cincinnati. 21,000 is the capacity at the State Farm Arena in Atlanta, Georgia. Brandon, good morning. What's going on? Talk to me.
What's good, Ness? Welcome back, man. Hope you enjoyed your trip. I envy you. I wish I could have been in Mexico. Weather's shitty here in Cincinnati, but yeah, I like them bring a Tank to Atlanta. If you gonna bring a fight to Atlanta, a place where is not really known for boxing, it's more known as like Black Hollywood. It's more like blacks, socialites and rich people go to hang out, and celebrities and shit. You got to bring a larger than life person, not just a known boxer. You got to bring a guy who's known outside of boxing, where the social media popular guy. And I think Tank said he's a tabloid darling. He's always on TMZ. He's got the socialite girlfriend who's always in the news doing shit. So you got to get somebody who resonates with regular people. And I think right now he's the best guy to do it, with guys like Floyd and Adrian Broner not really popping right now. So if you're going to take a fight to Atlanta, you got to bring somebody that's going to get not really casuals, because I don't even want to say casual boxers. I want to just say celebrities and people with money, people they know. And he's a name people know. Like I said, he's got the, celebrity girlfriend. He's got the, social media following. So I think he's like the perfect person to, bring a fight to Atlanta with. Like I said, it's Black Hollywood, so you want a Hollywood type of fighter, somebody that's known, and he's that type of guy. But as far as Yuriorkis Gamboa, I mean, it's not the greatest opponent, but like I said in the chat, Yuriorkis Gamboa is quick. He does have fast hands and fast feet. They've been real methodical of how they match Tank up. They always match him up with guys who he's way faster than. They always put him in there with a slow-footed, slow-handed Mexican. So it'd be interesting to see how he fights with somebody who's, just as quick as him, or was once just as quick as him. I want to see how he does with the speed, because usually they put him in there with a slow guy. He just lets his hand go, and he knocks him out pretty quick. So, but like I said, yeah, Tank in Atlanta, he's probably the best option out of all of them. I know he's heard Wilder, Crawford, but they don't have the casual interest like Tank does, because he's, like I said, he's known more from the outside world, and that tabloid social media fucking world. And that's who's gonna show up to a fight in Atlanta, not real diehard boxing fans. But that's my call, man. You have a good weekend, and welcome back, brother.
For sure, man. We're going to be here all week. Don't worry. There's a lot of fights going on today to discuss, and we will be getting to them. We're going out to Stone Bone Boxing. Talk to me.
What up? What up? Oh, man, I think it's a good move, man. I just wish they would have, I think they knew this for a while. I wish they would have been announced this. It's like the 1st of November. Like, I used to live in Atlanta, and every year for New Year's, we all went to Miami. We was never in Atlanta. We was always down in Miami and shit. We always left right after Christmas and spent like the whole fucking week until New Year's either in Miami and shit like that. So I wish they'd have announced it a little sooner so people wouldn't have been like my cousin them gonna be in Miami. They do it every year. So I wish they'd have announced it a little sooner so that people could have been like, okay, I'm gonna fuck with it. And they should have gave him like a Broner or something on the undercard, man, because I don't know if Tank is like the last caller just said that Wilder can't do it. Wilder doing 1 million views on Showtime. Tank doing 400,000 on Showtime. You know what I mean? That's 600,000 view difference. I know it's a difference between, you know what I mean, a heavyweights and a smaller guy like Tank. But I wish they'd have gave him a little more time, and hopefully they give him a decent undercard that can bring people interest. You know what I mean? Because Atlanta wanted to.
John Pascal Badu Jack on undercards, the rumor.
You say who? Badu?
Yeah, Badu.
Badu ain't got really. I mean, Badu don't bring nothing. You know what I mean? Badu is a black European. He from Sweden. You know what I mean? He my Muslim brother. I support him because I'm a Muslim, but not a lot of black people really are Badu Jack fans. You know what I mean? They might respect him. Hardcore fans respect him because they seen him in a lot of good fights. You know what I mean? He needs somebody young. He needs somebody. You know what I mean? He needs somebody with some excitement behind him that's a similar build to him. Like that's all I'm saying. Even the comeback of Broner against a bum would have been something good to throw on his undercard. You know what I mean?
You know what? I like the sound of that, but that's the problem. Is Broner gonna want to share the spotlight? Is Broner gonna want to be on a young protege's undercard, so to speak? You know, when Broner was coming up, he was always about Tank, my little man. Yeah, that's my little bro. Now, are you gonna be on little bro's undercard?
They can put lipstick on a pig and call it a co-main. They can do whatever they want to do, man. Yeah, they can do something, but I just think that him versus basically a month and a half out or a month and 28 days out, him versus Gamboa ain't gonna be enough to do more than 10 to 12,000 because Atlanta's an event city. You know what I mean? People do events and they got to be like a real event. So that's why they need to like amp it up, like really get to promoting it. Like forget these little. Cut
it. Stonebone, you the man. Donald, Richmond, California.
What's going on, Ness? Welcome back. Hey,
thank you, brother.
Man, you be doing your thing on your interviews. I like how you got it in Mauricio's ass, and then it was like he couldn't duck you either because he was talking in Spanish, and you know you talk Spanish, and I was like, "Ooh, I love Ness for that." Ness like, "Okay, you want to talk that Spanish? I talk Spanish too, so I'm gonna get in your ass on the Spanish tip." But I think this does sell out because Atlanta has a lot of celebrities down there. I mean, it's always a lot of stuff going on, and I think that'll be really nice. For them to finally get something good down there. I say that, you know, give him Gamboa. I know Gamboa is probably going to get dropped multiple times. After the Gamboa fight, I've been saying this for the longest. He needs to fight Javier Fortuna. If he's going in the direction to fight Lomachenko, Gamboa is a good start.
Man.
He needs to fight Javier Fortuna.
Fortuna's going in another direction. He's going in another direction.
Because I remember
that Fortuna is he's with Samson Lewickovic, and
but I remember on one fight, Fortuna was like, "Give me the contract for Davis. Give me the contract for him." You know?
I'm sure that he would love a Davis fight. I'm not saying that he wouldn't love one. I just see them positioning him in another route.
Yeah, somewhere else. Yeah. But they need Broner on here. They need to figure something out with Broner that will make it pop more. I mean, Badu Jack and Jean Pascal is okay, but, you know, like the other guy was saying, Badu Jack is really from another country. Jean Pascal is Canadian. That's okay for the undercard. I mean, Shakur Stevenson would have been perfect for that, but he's fighting today, and that would be too early for him to come back. But Shakur Stevenson and Broner would have been perfect. I mean, it's doable to get Broner in there. Shakur Stevenson, that'll be too early for him to come back, but they need to work something out with Broner. Like he said, you know, get him a bum, get him somebody halfway notable to get Broner a decent win and get somebody in there and get him on the undercard. And I think this does sell out, just based on the fact that they don't get anything in Atlanta, and it's a lot of celebrities, a lot of people with money in Atlanta. I can guarantee you that almost everybody that you see on VH1, like the Love and Hip Hop, all of those people, they're all going to be there, and all of the other celebrities going to be there. T.I. going to be there, and any and every other famous celebrity that you could think of in Atlanta will be there. Just like how in L.A. everything sells out because celebrities are there, it's going to be the same scenario. So they just need to keep rolling on there.
Cut it. Lids low. My bad, man. Sometimes I forget. You know, I'm just getting back. But how are you, my man?
Oh, it's all good, player. No problem. I'm gravy, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm ready. Bring that shit to Atlanta. Soon that shit go on sale next week. I will be getting my ticket. I'm not waiting because I already know this shit gon' sell out. They do need to stack up their card. They need to make this thing like a hell of a end of a year thing in a not new city, but you know, ain't been in the A like that for a minute. So I'm all with it, man. Just stack up that card and bring that motherfucker on, man. I'm getting my ticket next week.
What do you think about the rumored undercard battle Jack John Pascal for the two?
I'm gonna be honest, because this is Atlanta, man, and Tank is a young guy, so it's gonna be a lot of young folk, young, artists, young fucking movie stars and shit like that gonna come to support him. Even though the older people will too, but it's gonna be more of a young thing, cause Tank resonate with the young people. So the shit gonna get crowded, and John, I don't think it should be on this particular card. This should be a bang ass out card, like young hard fighters, maybe some undefeated motherfuckers. Broner wouldn't be bad because he's a show. You know what I'm saying? So that wouldn't be bad, but y'all got to try to convince this motherfucker to do what he gonna do with his life. So I ain't banking on him. But if we can get, I don't know, man, I had to do some thinking, but they need to stack this motherfucker to the T and make it an awesome ass entrance into Atlanta, so they know that, cause Mayweather was here a couple of years ago, senior, and he was looking for a gym here. I don't know if he ever, got anything popping, which I don't think he did because I ain't heard shit, but yeah, they've been peeping our market for a while because ain't nobody been out here. But tell them to come on. But they got to stack that motherfucking card, man. Make this shit awesome.
Well, all right, let's low. Decatur, Georgia. Thanks for calling in. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap this one up, but I will be back with another one. What division is this? This is super light? Right? Yeah, super light. No. This is lightweight. Let me see, did the WBC update theirs? Yep, all right. So they got Vasil number 1. And Vasil is WBC World Champ. Oh no, they haven't updated it. 1 title August 30th. Last. Nope. They haven't raised him on their page to. Nope, they haven't raised him to number 1. This is still the old rankings because somehow Gervonta without a fight is already at number 3. And I was just interested in knowing, did he get raised? I wasn't able to be at every single rankings for each division. This shit was crazy, man. This was eye-opening, though. A lot of information coming out. Tune in. Expect a show specifically recapping the 57th annual WBC convention and all that I learned. I tried to absorb as much as I could, and I even brought back pamphlets, all this type of stuff, that educational shit that they give out, because the story of the weekend obviously is the battle with Suleiman, but like Eddie said, WBC do a lot of good, and you could only know that if you tune in. It looks like maybe maybe Mike woke up, hopefully. And yes, he's up. So we'll be right back with another one recapping the WBC. So stick around. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button and share this episode. Help us grow so that we can. That was our first convention. And, I say but, Mike wasn't able to go. Obviously, financial reasons. And the only reason it's financial is because this channel hasn't grown to the level that it should. It could only get there. And that's through your help. So don't forget to share the channel, hit that thumbs up, and join us on the next one. Catch me on Instagram and Twitter, NestGTO. Peace.